Good morning. Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Hey,
David?
we're here. I'm going to come over and just say thank you very much for being a part of this, the Rotary History Project. June 1st, 1990, 22 years ago or so, you came into Rotary. That's longer than I've been here in Arizona. It'll be 20 years next year. And you've been in Rotary, this club, for 22 years.
Yeah. I came here in 1986, January.
Wow.
But there were some things that happened in my life that really directed one thing or another.
Well, we'll hear about that, I'm sure. And today's the 25th of September, 2012. And again, we have some questions that we've asked that you take a look at. And Don is ready to say good morning, and I'll leave. There you go. Thanks, Don. And you can go ahead and typically I've read the questions, but in your situation, if you'd like to, you can read them or you could just answer them. So I guess I'll ask the first one.
Okay.
Discuss how you became a Sun Lakes Rotarian, and of course we know how long you've been in Rotary, which is over 22 years as of this discussion. So how did you become a Sun Lakes Rotarian, Don?
Well, at that time when I first came down here, my first wife was very ill. In fact, she was so ill that we wondered if we should even come and build a home here, but she loved it here, and her daughter was here. Our daughter, I should say, was here, and so we moved here in '86, and as it says here, in 1990, I guess it was, when I joined Rotary. Well, in the meantime, my wife had died, I was single, and I had a lot of time on my hands. So I decided that there must be something to do that would be helpful, and I got to thinking that service clubs do a lot of good things, and maybe I should belong to one of those. I came from a very small town, and we did have a Lions Club that I was a member of, but not active at all. So I started looking around and found that there was 3 service clubs to offer. And so my first offer was to go to the Lions and give them a shot, and that didn't work at all. And I went to the other service club, and that didn't work either. Didn't seem like it was what it would take. So then sometime later I was asked to come to Rotary, and wow, what a difference. And I just felt at home. I had a lot of good friends in Rotary, and it was just a natural. So I was glad to join Rotary, become quite active. I've been in Rotary as a perfect attendance for 15 years.
Wow.
So that's how I got started.
So, next question says, the club provides great opportunities for service. How have you been able to meet these challenges and still be involved in the Sun Lakes Rotary Project, Scott?
Well, in the beginning, I had plenty of time because my wife had died, and I was looking for things to do. And then, of course, Beverly and my second wife come into my life, but when you're retired, you still have a lot of time to do things for other people, and I found that a joy.
What activities have you been involved in over the years in the Rotary Club, and why did you choose these?
Well, I was active in a lot of projects, but not too much different than a lot of the Rotarians. I was, for instance, worked with the splash delivery. We're talking about that right now. golf tournaments, pancake breakfast, friendship exchanges. Very important part of my life was going to Rotary clubs throughout the world. And
You participated in those friendship exchanges, haven't you and Beverly?
lots of them.
Is that right, huh?
Switzerland and England and Germany and France and Italy and
Do you think you would have ever gone to those places without having had the friendship exchange?
we probably would have gone to some, but not like this, because when you go on a friendship exchange, you are in the homes of the people living in that country. They're just doing their very best to entertain you and to show you their customs, and it's a very, very happy occasion. Yeah, that I wish I was able to go to some more.
There's a friendship exchange coming up to
I understand.
New Zealand, I guess.
I
Is that
understand that there is, but we won't be taking that in anymore. Bev isn't. Her health just doesn't warrant that. Some of the things, other things that I was in, I was a member of the World Affairs Seminar program that was sponsored by our club, and I was a member of that committee for many years, and then later became chairman for that committee for a good many years. And there's when we pick outstanding students from the different high schools, it's just a joy to work with such talented young people.
Is that still going on?
Yes.
It is, huh?
Jill Morse has taken it over.
Oh, she's running that.
Yeah.
I see.
And she was on my committee for a long time, along with Bob LaPointe.
And where do these kids go as a result of the World
They
Affairs?
go up into college, Carroll College, in what is it, Waukesha? Yeah,
Waukesha, Wisconsin. Okay.
Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And students come in from all over the world, not just the United States. However, more from the United States and all of the other countries, but Canada and Mexico, but all over. And it's quite an experience for the young people to be exposed to all of these cultures.
Have you followed up with these kids after they've returned over the years?
No, I haven't.
No, I mean, it's really their responsibility. I'm not saying you should.
Yeah, no.
But
Once
you send them there, they just go on?
And they go, and then after they go to their seminar, they're expected to return to our club and give us a
brief talk.
A response to what they enjoyed about it. And they come back almost different in their lives. It's just marvelous.
That's really fulfilling, isn't it?
Yeah. And then, of course, the dictionary project. In Rotary, I was on the Rotary Foundation Committee for several years, and then served on a Choices project and just things of that nature. But I'm a good project person, but not the leader. I'm a poor leader, but I'm a real good worker. And that's just was my, never could do things that other men can and women can do in Rotary, but I sure can be a good worker.
That's wonderful. I think that's great. You've been, I guess the other question might be unanswered, unasked, there isn't much that you haven't done in the Rotary service projects for this club, is there?
That's right, yeah. Mm-hmm. And do it, I really look forward to doing it. Right now, I was a little late getting here, but here's the splash, and I'm ahead of it, and my leader, Bob LaPointe, he's got the van, he's got...
and he's up there in Maine or New Hampshire right now.
Yeah, or Vermont or Connecticut or somewhere. Yeah, he should be back any day now. But, we need him right now.
If you were an officer, I don't recall what officers have you served in and how long?
No officers. Mm-mm. No, not at all. But I have been on the board as a director.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
and do you have any ideas as to what you might want to say about while you were a director, what your accomplishments were?
I think about that, but it was a long time ago,
Uh-huh.
and I don't remember right now as to what we did.
Well, if you look on the wall behind you in that banner, there are so many activities that this club has been given an accolade for all the way back to '94.
Yeah.
And even back to 1985-86 when they were given the New Club Award by Rotary International. So,
but I never served as an officer, but I did serve as a director and just as a committee member, and probably that's when I maybe was on the World Affairs seminar and was on some other committees.
that's a very rewarding experience, that World Affairs seminar. I've seen the...
We see the high school kids in a different light than you hear on the radio and or probably television, because these kids are so busy and so full of energy and so bright. They're all straight A, what we would call a straight A student at point, not just 0.4, 0.4, 0.6, 4.7, and is a talent. And they are just super to work with. Yeah, really proud of that.
In your own words as a Rotarian, can you describe the club, how you feel about it, and how it might have changed your life since 1990? Wow.
Well, I don't know. I put some thought into that, and I'm not aware that it changed anything much in my life, but it was the only organization that I belonged to that had any meaning, and I just enjoy coming to the meetings like today, and you walk in and you feel like you could sit with any table and just be warmly welcomed, and and I think the Rotary Club of Sun Lakes is the greatest club there is, and just a joy to be part of it.
Is that what continues to attract you to this club?
Oh yeah, yeah. The friendships and the people in Rotary are special. They really are. I could even tell that in the very beginning when I visited other clubs. It just didn't hold it. But here I'll tell you, it's the men and women in our Sun Lakes Club are really, really great people.
What can you tell a prospective member about maintaining a club membership?
Well, I'm just so happy to be in the club. So to me, it's just an honor, and because Sun Lakes does so much throughout our whole world to be proud of that. And you know, I think if you notice the way that the people in our club react, they just are very friendly, smiles, very willing to do a job, never complain. Like our splash, it's just a big time.
10,000 papers get delivered as a result of our
and it doesn't just happen.
No, it doesn't.
It's a real joy. But I was a little late getting to this meeting, and here's Hal Woolholtz, going to be my main helper.
Oh boy.
Isn't that something?
It is.
And but he's got the vehicle, and we need that.
Wheelchair bound, but you wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't. He gets around like crazy.
One thing that I've never got a chance to ask you is, as we became a member of this club, and as this club was formed, Rotary had to rely on what your previous walk of life was to become a member. So each one of us, I guess, carries a badge. What was your previous vocation? How about that?
Okay. Well, yeah. I had retired when I moved here in 1986 from a business in North Dakota. It was my home state, born, raised, and my whole career was there. And as soon as I retired, we moved within weeks to Arizona. Our home, we had a new home built, and that was ready. But it's just an attraction to belong to Rotary here. Yeah, the people, they're from all different walks of life. I didn't say what I did. I was a funeral director, owned funeral homes in North Dakota, and was in the furniture business. And we had a really nice furniture business that went on for generations. My father-in-law had it, and then his father before him, and then we come into the scene, our generation. But I think that's the unique part about Rotary is everybody has a kind of a different niche in life, and they are doctors, they're lawyers, they're factory people that have owned and operated factories, and it's just a joy to be here.
Do you have some thoughts about what you'd like your legacy to be for those that come into Sun Lakes, say, a decade from now?
Well, I guess you'd like that, but I don't know what it would be other than when you work with an organization that tries to do so much, for instance, polio on one end, and then to help others in a different way. Like this morning we talked about you, Mom. Wow. Yeah. Just think of what they have done, and we can be a part of that. We used to go down there quite often and help in so many different ways. One of the things was to paint, and I don't know, I think they were glad to see us leave. We were kind of messy, but still, what a wonderful job they do.
And we've been supporting that for a long time.
And I was the instigator of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's interesting. Really?
It just dawned on me that we really had to push to get our club to support that.
Do you remember when you started that project, or what year that was? Because as long as I've been a member of this club.
But some of that Mom says United Methodist Ministries, Methodist, was a sort of a turnoff for some, that it would be a church organization. Well, it isn't just that. In fact, our church I belong to the Methodist Church, and we don't have any, what do I want to say, any connection other than
monetary support.
Monetary, like we are with the
Rotary Club.
Wow. But through quite a bit of effort, we were able to make it a real, what do I want to say, a real part of Rotary is that. And
that has grown, the needs have grown over the years. I mean, you, Mom, provides shelter to homeless families, which was basically a few homes in Van Buren.
Later we did so many things. We had a lot of trips down there, and we did things because one of our members, one of the greatest guys I knew in Rotary, Jack Smythe, was the head of one of the leaders of the UMOM.
Of their foundation, is that
Mhm.
right?
And he worked there full time. And I brought Jack into Rotary. And from then on,
Wow.
we were just really involved.
I didn't realize that, but I think for the future members of this club who see this, to know that here's the founder of the UMON, a benefactor business for this club. That's an amazing thing.
Yeah, thank you.
And you should be. I'm proud
Yeah.
to have you say that and be a part of this. Any final thoughts, Don? I'm just happy that you have the time and
Well,
Godspeed to you and your wife, and everything goes well.
yes, I'd like this to be remembered as a very willing worker and always there to help in any way I can.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, okay?
Appreciate it.